G'day guys, if you're having a great day, welcome to Gate 2, and the reason why I was frozen here at the moment is because I want to really highlight something. You got to do a lot of preparation before this fight, and there's two things you got to prepare for. At 120 bars, there's going to be a clone mechanic where she splits off into three clones, and basically you need 5 people to soak the cross. There's going to be 5 crystals, and 3 people to check each Vykas to see how many wings they're holding up. You need a person around the 3 o'clock area, a person about 7 o'clock, around 11 o'clock, and you need 5 people for the cross. Now, basically, if 3 are red, you go to the one that has 2 wings open. If 3 are purple, you go to the one that has 0 wings open. So it goes, if 3 red, it goes 2 wings, 1 wing, 0. If it's purple, you go 0, 1, 2. So remember, like with purple, it's like 0, 1, 2, and then it's count backwards if it's red. And that's pretty much how you deal with the mechanic. If you do not run swiftness or you're slow, you don't have any movement abilities, make sure you have a Luterra's horn or a sprinter's robe so you can make it to the other side as well. Alternatively, some of these supports could have speed buffs or passive speed buffs that they give you as well. But we'll keep going on with it as well. But that's a bit of pre-preparation that you need to have. Okay, so you need to set up for this as well. Next up you need to set up is for 65 bars, which is orb blocking. And basically what you need is 2 people on each side. So you need 2 people at 5 o'clock, 2 people at 7 o'clock, and 2 people at 11 o'clock. Then you need 2 players who will float. Basically with the orbs blocking at 65 bars, there will be 2 areas that are going to have 3 orbs, and 1 area is going to have 2 orbs. The floats go to the other areas. You can time stop these. If there's like 1, 2, and 5, you can have the first person time stop them. So you can hit select the first one and time stop the second and then dodge out for the third. It can be a bit of finessing to do that, but be aware you are able to do that, and it's probably better for you to do that, just to be completely honest with you. So it basically means that the float, if anyone dies or anything like that, the float can take their position as well. Generally with the floating player as well, if anyone does die before the orb mechanic, some people say the first person has to use a time stop to soak it. Otherwise, that float can just fill in and basically do their job and time stop as well if needed. Now, that's the 2 things you got to prepare for, which is the orb mechanic and the clone mechanic before the fight. Now, we're going to get into the fight very, very shortly. I'll probably speed it up as well so we get into the fight. And we're going to be good to go very, very shortly so we can go through the fight for you. Now, overall, I'm going to say right now is that with Vykas is kind of like Chun-Li. So she will basically kick you back and forth. Now, she does have a few moves. You can see here she has a few jabs. If she does catch anyone in certain abilities, she will do a kung fu move as well, or a cross move as well. But overall, what you want to do is just don't be in front of her. Now, she does have a few counter mechanics as well. When she does the foot thingy, when she kicks multiple soccer balls, you can counter her afterwards. And when she zips around the room, you can counter her up here. So that's the counter. You can see here how she was just kicking a ball at someone. Essentially, she locks onto a target to do that, and basically can counter her out of that as well. Now, at 444 bars, she does carousel. So what carousel is that you have to keep running around, and basically what you need to do, if you're a quicker class, you want to go to the outside. If you're a slower class, you want to go to the inside. But at the end of it, you want to make sure you don't get hit by that laser beam. So with the laser beam, if you keep moving at normal speed, you won't get hit by it at all. Now, you can see here she does a variety of kick mechanics. She can immediately jump down with a powered up smash like that. This is also another counter mechanic as well, where she just goes backwards. You can zip across and back across the room, and you have 2 opportunities to counter here as well. Now, this is the grab mechanic as well, where purple orbs come out. If you get caught on it, you get gripped in, and there's no extra damage dealt. Now, this is the cross mechanic. So the cross mechanic here, I'm going to soak my Svingo. We got to go to the center so the guy knows what it is, and he just sees it's free purple, so he moves to the right to no wings. And then basically, if you're a good Ray leader as well, you ping to where the next area is going to be, okay? So you want to ping, hey, you go here next, and then you go here afterwards. Be aware there are certain locations that 1 will always be. Generally, it's top left, but 1 wing can be bottom as well, but it can't be right. But there's certain angles where the wings can be as well, and just be aware of that as well. Now, after every time she gets out of the orbs or waffles or anything like that, she will put 2 people with Codeless Whispers, the purple cone. You need to run that out and face it away from the raid. People call it shotgun. And the reason why I call it shotgun is because basically it fires out 3 bolts and does anything. Now with side reel usage on this fight, as you can see here, you can use side reels whenever, because there's no mechanic where you need a side reel at all. So basically just use Nineveh generally to do your damage. Generally with the mechanics, when she does the back attack where we have to hide behind her back, that's when you generally need Nineveh. Also with that attack as well, if you can't make it, move out. If you can make it, don't move out. Now this is shotgun. So when she kicks out a shotgun where it goes back and forth, kind of like gate 1, if she teleports when a shotgun hits the middle, she's going to do shotgun again, okay? She doesn't always do shotgun twice, so be aware of that as well. Now, with the zip mechanic as well, there's a chance that she won't give you a counter opportunity, so be aware of that as well. So in that scenario, she didn't give me a counter opportunity. Also, as well, if you do not counter the foot tennis mechanic, it's highly likely anyone in front of her is going to die. Now, with the mechanics as well, when she jumps up in the air, just always assume that she's going to do a powered up kick mechanic and just stay away from where she's hovering over. Now, this is waffles. She can do waffles twice after the first 90 after 90 carousel. All you have to do is make sure you fit between the gates and get into the safe spot. Generally, the safe spot that I do operate on is that I operate around the far wall and get to that safe spot first. Then I get into the middle wall and get to that safe spot next. And then get into close to the boss, and that's pretty much it. We'll go through it, what I'm talking about shortly. So let's go through it quickly. Don't tell me I've gone back. So this is the back attack. Let me just find it quickly. Don't tell me I went too far ahead. Probably did, actually. Actually went too far back. But you can see here, we'll go to the waffles again. You can see here the waffles. Let's just see it here again. So I go to the outside gate first, because I know a safe zone can spawn there. Then I go to the inside gate. So make sure you fit through the middle. And then you go to the gate close to her. Okay, so you can see here, I always generally go from the bottom left. Basically, pick whatever is suitable for you, okay? So now she's doing the back attack as well. Always be to the side where her wings are facing away from, okay? That will ensure that you're always safe. Now, this is the Codeless Explosion. You know how I said after every big mechanic, she does a Codeless Explosion? Just make sure you're facing away. Even if you got gold discs on you, make sure you're always just facing away. Just an FYI, this can kill you as well. And also, you can get worms spawning on you during this as well, which can also really fuck you up. And that's what happens to me. Now, with all mechanics, Vykas does have a stagger check. Okay, so basically, with stagger check, you can just stagger break her at any time. Most preferably, stagger break you want to do is her doing waffles. Now, this is the orb phase as well. So the orb phase, essentially as well, you can see which orbs got what. I believe we wipe on this because I fucked this one up. Because I'm not sure what I do. I just wasn't thinking at the time, okay? Just wasn't thinking at all. Maybe I did mess this one up, I'm not sure. No, that's right. This guy takes 1 for no reason. And it's just confusing as hell. And that guy dies as well. This is the most confusing one. Sometimes I'm going to say right now is that some people, yeah, we lose a whole bunch of people to this, and this is generally going to be a wipe. Now, basically at 50, so we're setting it here, at 50%, anytime you get hit by a mechanic, including waffles, you will get a debuff called Codeless Whispers, okay? And at any point after 50 bars, she can go into a carousel, she can go into waffles, or anything like that. So be aware of that as well. If you get hit by waffles, you'll get 3 stacks of Codeless Whispers, and you have to go to the outside. Now, you get the purple cone after 3 stacks, and you have to go to the outside, face to the outside, and that's it. Now, the main thing is that you need to dodge all mechanics, okay? There are a few mechanics that don't give you a purple buzz, but be aware of that as well, okay? Just be super, super aware of that. Now, anyways, that's pretty much the fight. Just get the counters right. Even, I think I've got the counter there as well. We'll go for a bit forward because these are all, obviously, some of them are attempts. Just be aware that, you will not one-shot some of these. Sometimes you won't one-shot these at all. So we'll go through probably a later attempt as well. You can see here at 30%. If you get hit, you can see the debuff already on me as well. Got 2 stacks. The debuff, as you can see here, it's right here, if you guys can't see it. And once you get the 3rd stack, just make sure you just run out immediately. If you want to try and save stand up, for a bit later, just try to do as best as you can. Sometimes as well can be really, really finicky of where you need to go for the shotgun, trying to face it away. You can auto attack to make sure it faces out, but sometimes it can be a bit finicky as well. Now, this is waffles. No, this is carousel, I believe. And it just basically dodge carousel. And pretty much, this boss fight can be over pretty quickly. Now, this is the shock mechanic as well that comes a bit after. So with the shock mechanic as well, it is 1 out. Basically, you got to go outside first, inside 2 times, unless you outrange it, and then outside for the 4th time. You can get caught on a unique angle where all 4 of them will hit you. You will die if you get caught on this, okay? Just an FYI, you'll die if you get caught on this. Now, in this scenario as well, with the shotgun, in some search situations with a bad shotgun like I did just then, you want to save your stand up for that. So make sure you save your stand up for in case you get in a really bad shotgun position and you get 3 stacks of it, okay? You want to be avoiding mechanics in this one, and that's probably the biggest thing you want to practice on Vykas here as well, is just avoiding mechanics and making sure you stay stand up after 50 bars for the ones that you need to stay stand up for, which is for the big orbs and stuff like that as well. Now, with any bad orbs and bad locations, you want to make sure you blow them up. They randomly blow up. I'm not sure if there's any indication for them to blow up, whether you have to just be in range of them and they blow up. But just be aware of that as well, that you do want to blow them up pretty quickly. Now, as you can see here, after 50%, she did waffles randomly. I just do the same thing as I did before with waffles. Is just basically go through outer, inner, middle, and that's it. And basically, if you do get 3 stacks during this time with waffles, just basically just get out. And you can see here in this scenario here, I'm in this awkward situation where I'm just basically going to die unless someone shields me. That's a clutch shield from a support there. So that's really, really important to have a clutch shield like that from a support. But if not, 100%, you're going to die. Now, we did see the donuts this phase as well. During any part of this phase, Vykas will go into a phase where she'll channel a purple donut, and it will home in onto one person. Now, anyone can trigger this purple donut, and you need to ping where the purple donut player is going to go. So the purple donut player is going to go, hey, I'm going to go here. Now, if you're close to the purple donut player, you do not want to be standing in front of them, because everyone who doesn't have a purple donut will spawn 3 or 4 void zones, and if anyone gets caught in it, they get knocked down. Now, if you can't outrange the ability, make sure you stay with the purple donut player, and then when he runs into it, you run into it. Basically, when you hit the purple donut, there is a small safe zone inside of it that you need to be in. If you outrange it, doesn't matter, okay? Doesn't matter whatsoever. Now, another mechanic that wasn't shown as well, other than the purple donut phase, is the worms. So at some points during the fight, there'll be worms along the ground. She'll do some purple sparky stuff, and there'll be like dark worms on the ground, and then there'll be 3 brown worms that come out of the ground. Generally, when you see the worms hopping out, just keep moving, because the brown worms will spawn under your feet, okay? Or under a position where you were or where someone else was. So just make sure you keep moving. If you keep moving, you will not get eaten up by the worms, okay? If you get eaten up by the worms, basically everyone must go and DPS the worm. Now, what you need to do is, well, you need to alert which worm it is that you've been eaten by pinging the space next to it. Do not ping the worm, otherwise we can't, basically no one can see which worm you are pinging. So make sure you ping to the side of it. Everyone just basically DPSs it right away to break the people out. After about 10 or 15 seconds or so, the worm blows up and kills everyone, or kills the person inside the worm, and does a lot of damage to everyone outside of it. And those are the mechanics that we didn't see. With those mechanics, just pretty much what you gotta do is for the worms, just keep moving so you don't get caught in the worm. And with the purple donut, just make sure you see where the purple donut is, and just basically go the opposite direction of it. Because it's very, very unlikely that person with a purple donut is going to go up if it's going down. Like, let's just say it's here. Let's say the purple donut's... let's say Vykas is here, purple donut's here. The person with the purple donut's going to go south. So you go north, generally, okay? If you get caught in the purple donut range, time stop immediately, okay? Just hit time stop immediately. 50% you'll get it, 50% you won't, okay? If it gets hit early, it is not your fault. But anyways, guys, that's it for Phase 2. There are probably a lot better guides out there as well with quick cheat sheets. I definitely recommend using those. It does take a lot of practice for Phase 2, so don't get disheartened about it as well. It took me a lot of practice to, know all the ins and outs of it and know little tips and tricks. Just, be aware that it's quite normal about it as well. And last tip and trick before I go as well. If you get caught by the waffles under 50%, just basically roll to the outside and just time stop. So your shotgun, or the shotgun mechanic that you're going to spawn, will not hit the raid. Very, very important. And also, you need a time stop, obviously, otherwise you're going to get killed by waffles. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the guide today. You guys have a good one, and see you guys later. Peace out.